The beginning. In 1991, a man named Jerry Hart was arrested in one of the American states after a minor altercation while under the influence of alcohol. The judge sentenced him to only 6 months in prison. No serious prior convictions, no open cases, just a short sentence to be completed. Jerry entered prison believing it was temporary. He counted the days on the wall, making small lines with a pen, waiting for the day he would be released. He wrote a letter to his mother every week, promising her he would be back soon. The fatal administrative error. 2 weeks later, Jerry was transferred to another wing due to overcrowding. His paper file had been sent late, and then placed in the wrong drawer. In the outdated electronic system, his classification changed from convicted to detained pending review. And that's when his name disappeared from the release list. The first year. When the 6 months were up, Jerry stood at his cell door on the morning of release. He called his name, but no one heard him. He asked the guard. The answer was cold. "Your name isn't on the list. Go back." He told himself, a small mistake. It'll be fixed tomorrow. But tomorrow never came. The years passed. 1 year passed, then 2, then 5. Every time he asked, he got the same answer. His body began to age within the confines of that place. His hair turned gray. His teeth fell out. Isolation and collapse. Jerry began to lose all sense of time. He thought it was Monday, only to discover weeks later that he was wrong. The lights never went out. Night was unknowable. He talked to himself for hours. He replayed conversations that hadn't happened. He apologized to people who weren't there. Solitary confinement. Because of his behavior, he was put in solitary confinement, a narrower cell, a harsher silence. There, he began to hear voices, not ghosts, but his own inner voice as it crumbled. Suicide attempts. He tried to commit suicide twice, once with a piece of cloth, once by banging his head against the wall. Each time, they returned him to his cell, as if nothing had happened. The shocking discovery. After 12 long years, a trainee lawyer was reviewing old files for a legal study. He came across a name, Jerry Hart. He read the sentence. He read the date of incarceration. Then he looked at the current date. The shock was enough to shut down the prison for hours. Emerging into a strange world. Jerry emerged into a world he didn't recognize. Different cars, people with cell phones. His family thought he was dead. He couldn't cope. He would wake up at night screaming. He received financial compensation. But money can't bring back a shattered mind. The real horror. It wasn't the prison. It was the neglect. The second story. In every prison, there's a place that goes unreported. A place the guards don't like to talk about. And in this old British prison, there was a cell. Number 14. The cell's reputation. It wasn't the biggest. It wasn't the darkest. But everyone who entered it came out changed. The first testimonies, a young prisoner was transferred there as punishment. After the first night, he refused to sleep. He said he heard footsteps around him. But when he looked, there was no one there. Recurring phenomena. Other prisoners spoke of unintelligible whispers, a sense of someone behind them, an unnatural coldness. The breakdown, one prisoner started banging his head against the wall. He was screaming, "He's here! Don't leave him with me!" He was transferred to the psychiatric hospital. The guards' fear. The guards themselves noticed that the communication equipment near the cell was malfunctioning. The light was dimming. The doors were closing slowly. The historical discovery. During renovations, a back wall broke through. A hidden room was found, torture instruments, restraints, Old records, a mysterious end. Nothing was officially announced. The cell was sealed. Years later, the entire prison was closed. Was it haunted? Or does the pain leave an indelible mark? Story 3. The Stanford Experiment. When humans turned into monsters. A long psychological introduction. Not all prisons are built of concrete. Some are built in the mind. And this story proves that an ordinary person can be transformed quickly. The beginning of the experiment. In 1971, Stanford University announced a psychological experiment. Ordinary students, no criminals. They were randomly divided into guards and prisoners. Day 1, laughter, joking, believing it was a game. Day 2, the orders began. The psychological constraints emerged. Escalation. The guards became more brutal. The prisoners lost their names, just numbers, breakdowns, crying, screams, panic attacks. One person lost the ability to speak. Loss of reality. Some participants believed the experiment was real. They forgot it was temporary. Cancellation. After only 6 days, the experiment was cancelled. Not because time ran out, but because the people broke down. The horror here isn't the prison. It's what we could become. Conclusion. These aren't movies, nor fiction. These are true stories, and perhaps there are still people living them right now. The question for you, if you were in their place, would you have survived?